Hey everyone, thanks for joining. It's Patty from PS Paper Crafts, and I'm going to make a fun card today with these butterflies. So I'm using the Positive Thoughts stamp set. I'm using that butterfly and I'm getting the sentiments. I'm just using the hugs, not the whole thing. And I am using the coordinating nature die or nature thought die. I'm only using the butterfly. And if you don't have these, you can just got the butterfly out, and I'm using this to do some masking. So I wanted the butterflies to kind of go behind down here, I guess. Up here they're not really touching too much, but I was trying to keep them from overlapping, and I'll show you how to do that. So I took a piece of post-it note or sticky note kind of thing, and it's sticky up top, and I just ran my die right up here so that I could get some of the sticky. And I did that already. I have a bunch of butterflies. I didn't know how many I needed, so they all have a little bit of sticky on them. If you don't have that, just stamp the butterfly on a piece of Post-it and cut around it. It's going to be hard to get the antennas, but you could do it. I have faith. So let's get started. And so this is really called a masking technique. I'm using Highland Heather. Oh, got some stuff on my card here. At the kitchen table again. So we'll do that on the back. Or actually, let me fold it this way. And we'll cover that up with the inside layer. How's that sound? So I'm using this and then Daffodil Delight and Whisper White, of course. So let's get started with the butterflies. And actually, before I do the butterflies, let's do the hugs because I want to have that placed so I know where I'm working around. I mean, you could have the butterflies go the whole way and then just put this on top, but I wanted that area clean. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the sentiment stamp, and I'm going to take my Highland Heather Stampin' Write marker, not the blends, the Stampin' Write marker, and I'm just going to color this with the marker, just the hugs part. Okay, that should be good. I'm just going to breathe on it and stamp it. It doesn't matter that I can't see it. And then I'm going to stamp this little underneath piece, and let me do that on the Highland Heather stamp pad. I have a whole ton of stamp pads here because we're going to make so many different colors on the butterflies. So let's just stamp this underneath the hugs, and then we can punch it out with the circle punch. So I'm using a 1 1/4 circle punch, and we'll just punch that out. That looks about right. And then I have the 1 1/8, and this is kind of a scalloped edge, and I'm going to punch this out. It's a little bit bigger with the Highland Heather. Okay, so we have our circle, and let's just put this together so it's in one piece and I don't lose it on the table somewhere. Okay, so we'll just put that down. I get it centered around that. Put my glue back. And then this way I can just kind of eyeball it where I want to put this, and I can start with my butterflies. So my very first butterfly was simple because I just stamped it. And I did Highland Heather. And I'm actually going to open up all of my stamp pads. So I have Grapefruit Grove. That's a nice little orange color. Let me get my butterflies over here. And Coastal Cabana. Flirty Flamingo, and Pineapple Punch. I thought I had Daffodil Delight. Well, that's okay. Daffodil Delight or Pineapple Punch. They kind of both look fine to me. So I'm going to line these up kind of in the order I want to use them. So I will do the yellow, I think I'm going to do the pink and then the green and then the orange. So that looks good. And you don't have to do that. I just wanted to kind of have a guide. So let's put this here. And let's stamp our first butterfly in Highland Heather. And I'm just going to have that come off the bottom in the corner like that. Now I'm going to take the sticky part of this and I'm going to line it up right over that butterfly. So the key to masking is whatever you want to show in the forefront forward, you want that to be stamped first and then you cover that. And I'm going to just move it up a little bit. You don't want to go too far over because then you're going to have a gap of white between the different stamps. So then you have to be sure that you clean your stamp. I'm going to use my chamois. You have to clean it between each one because you don't want to mix your colors. So I'm going to take the Pineapple Punch and I'm going to go over this, and it will keep the purple, the Highland Heather, intact. Now I'm going to take another one of these Post-it notes and put that over the Pineapple Punch. Clean this up, and then let's do I'm going to do the Flirty Flamingo. I felt like the Flirty Flamingo and the Mango Melody were too close in color, so I wanted to separate them on this card. Is it Mango Melody? Grapefruit Grove. Oops. So we're going to do this and we're going to put it down, and we're covering both of the other butterflies. So you'll see when I pull, I'm going to pull this one up. I'm going to leave that intact because I'm going to go right over it. But you'll see that the purple is on top of it. So, or the purple is more forward. I don't know if I'm explaining that right. So let's do this one. And again, you want to go right to the edge. And let's do the Coastal Cabana. As I went up, I separated them more so you don't have to do the masking. So let me get another one, and we're going to go right over the Coastal Cabana, and we'll do the Grapefruit Grove. And again, I don't want to go too far. I want to be right up against it because I don't want the stamp to have a gap between the colors. So let's do the Grapefruit Grove, and we're going to just have that come out here. And then I'm not going to use the masks anymore, and I'm just going to stamp them. And here I wanted to separate the pink and the Grapefruit Grove, and I have them together anyway, but I think they're okay. So now I'm just going to go through and keep stamping them, but they're going to be more separated. And I just think this is a pretty fun, happy card. And there's no kind of rhyme or reason. I'm just cleaning them each between. And let's do the orange. And we'll come down and get the purple again. And they'll just go right off the paper. And I think that's good. I guess I could put one here, but let me see. I think I will. What color do I want to put? I think I'll do the Coastal Cabana. There you go. All right, you gotta have to go with it. It's just a bunch of butterflies that are kind of taken off. So let's get the ink pads. Let me see what I did on the inside. So I want to keep the purple and the yellow out. So let me put the other ink pads away. I'm going to stamp the inside layer, and then I'll put those away. A lot of ink pads to have out. Lots of room for dropping something in the open ink pad. Don't want to do that. So let's get our sentiment and get that stamped, and then I'll just do another yellow butterfly. And you could do whatever color you want. You could put multiple butterflies in. Just gonna keep that straight there, sending positive thoughts and feel good wishes. I've been using these sentiments a lot. These are great cards if you want to send somebody a card because you can't see them during this COVID-19 pandemic. It's nice to send a card just letting them know that you're thinking of them, right? So we'll put that together. Close these up. We're done stamping. And this is an easy card to make. And the masking technique is really great. I mean, it's this, we didn't do a whole lot, but if you're doing something that you really want to have kind of layered look and that you have something more forward, you can use that technique and just cut around the stamp, and it works out really well. Let's get this layer down. And then we'll put the pretty butterflies down. This is a nice, cheery, bright, fun card. There we go. And then I'm going to put this on with dimensionals. And I think I'll put 3 on. Probably don't need it, but better to overdo than underdo, right? I think this would be great to send somebody that you're just thinking of them and you want to send a virtual hug. Well, it's not really virtual, but a hug that's not with your arms, but with a pretty card. It's amazing all the virtual stuff out there now. I love it. I'm doing church virtually. We did communion this morning virtually on Good Friday, so that was pretty cool. Never thought I would do that, but it worked out really nice, and I felt like I was part of a bigger community there. Okay, let's get our last little rhinestone on, and I just put that right here. It's always good to add a little bling to a card to finish it off nicely. Sometimes you put it down and it's kind of not centered. Let's try this again. There we go. Perfect. Okay, these are the cards. I think they're really pretty, and I hope you enjoyed this, and give this masking a try with other stamps. You don't have to use these stamps. Okay, thank you so much, and have a good day. Happy Easter if you celebrate. Take care. Bye.